Hey, what's up, you amazing hackers? Hope you're all doing well today, and thanks so much for joining me and my lovely friends. Halloween is coming up real soon, and I love Halloween. That's one thing you have to know about me. I freaking love to go to theme parks. I can't overstate that enough. Or whatever the hell. Look, I love going to theme parks, and especially around Halloween time. You know what that reminds me of? Hello, amazing hackers. Today's episode is going to be sponsored by R19.io. They have a podcast, Hackers Behind the Code, in which I feature an episode for. We're going to dive deep behind the code, the practices that bring the bugs that you hunt. The founder and really brilliant, lovely guy, Mr. Milton, has so many certificates. It's insane, but that's not the point. He doesn't bring out his own greatness, he brings out the greatness in his guests. I'm not the only guest. Oh no, there's many more episodes, so go and check it out right now in the description below to hear me and all the other guests talk about this impressive podcast. Thank you so much, amazing hackers. I'll see you later. It reminds me of finding bugs. Yeah, finding bug bounties. I know, weird, right? Because nothing gives you a thrill like finding bug bounties does. And I'm going to teach you today how to do that. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, NullSecX, for hosting me. I really appreciate it, my dear friend. You asked me to make a video. I hope it is sufficient. Let's get right into it. So, for our first topic, real simple. How do you get bug bounties when you're actually already a hacker? Because I've had that request so many times. Uncle Red, I have this cert, I have that cert, I have that cert, I know this, I know that, but I don't know how to find bugs. And that's the beauty of it. We can easily teach you to learn that, because what your problem is that you don't see, and that's normal. When you're walking through the forest, you really don't see that forest throughout the trees. So hopefully this bird's eye perspective gives you a little bit of a hint of where I'm going with it. When you're actually doing bug bounties, you have two things which you need to do. Well, more than that, but two really important things that you need to take into account: exploration versus exploitation. You've probably been heavily learning how to exploit. These are the guys that I like to call in WoW the DPS, the damage guys, right? If you really need somebody to damage, then these are gonna be your guys. Now, you have people that are blue teamers, that are tanks, real big freaking tanks. Now, what are your, in my opinion, with all due, like a massive, massive respect to all my pen testing homies out there. The thing is just that when you're pen testing, you're probably performing someone else's methodology unless you have your own pen testing company. And even then, you're probably performing the OS web security testing guide, or you're performing this type of testing or that type of testing. We don't want that in bug bounties. We want creativity. We want to find these things which pen testers haven't found yet. And what does that mean? You need to be your own pen test manager, pen tester, pen test validator, pen test reporter, all these things when you're doing bug bounties, my friends. So that means that you need to be the overall manager and scoping out your entire application. And that's often also main application. Don't go broad scope. Don't make that mistake, because broad scope, what do you really learn? How do I abuse an application? Fine. But in broad scope, recognize something that is potentially vulnerable that you need to look into. It's not as easy as it seems, because yeah, you have scanning engines like Nuclei, but they really aren't as effective as they may seem. And now I'm going to plug one of my own applications, which is Bounty Ops, which I've created. And in Bounty Ops, basically what I can do, and this is really fun, is I have these rats that work with me. I give them tasks. Each task has a story point, an amount of story points. And when we find a bug based on the distribution of story points, there's a payout table. Magnificent, isn't it? So what if I put in that? I put an automatic screenshotter in there. These guys throw me the subdomains, I have put an automatic subdirectory scanner in there. That doesn't fully work yet, but we'll get over that. And there's also a regular expression scanner in there that looks for patterns. That's really cool, isn't it? Because now we can investigate. Now that scanning takes a long ass fucking time because I need to make sure that everything's right. And like one of my good friends also pointed out rightfully. So I need to validate things when I say, okay, there's a actual regex string in here, etc., etc. This platform is partially powered by bug bounties. What do I mean? It's fully built by bug bounties. It's architected by me, and you might be thinking, oh, that's super easy. No, absolutely not. It's one of the more difficult tasks to do because I'm juggling like 5 codex things at the same time. Yeah, multiple repositories. I have like 50 repositories or something at this point. I'm really starting to get the hang of it, and it's fun, dude. It's really fun. Bounty Ops isn't the only thing I've created. If you want to learn how to become a bounty hunter, and I'm sorry, NullSec, once again for promoting my own shit, but I have a free bounty platform teaching ideology where you just go to bountyplatform.thexssred.com. It'll give you daily challenges, daily mini missions, daily 5 battles between monsters and you, and a battle is basically a quiz. If you want more and you want access not to my labs, because all the labs that are on there are free, the programs are free, but if you actually want to report and triage, we have a one-time fee, an entry fee at the moment of 25 euros, but the rest is free. Come on, guys, why not give it a shot? We really put our efforts into this. So that's one thing, right? We have many missions, we have basically we push you like go read recon methodologies for 10 minutes and write a small blog on it or something along those lines. So we really try to push you with these mini missions, give you a little bit of experience, and we're gonna work some more on contests as well, where basically you can earn score by reporting things. You can participate in these contests, which we will put behind the paywall, of course. Sorry for that. Maybe we should do that. Why not? Free wolf. Hey, let's do that. Let's do free contests as well. Let's make a difference. Free contests versus non-free. That's a good idea, isn't it? Oh, damn. I love that. I hope I remember that. Probably when I'm editing this video, I'll have to write that down or it's out of my memory. And there's my second tip that I want to seamlessly integrate with is writing things down. Here's my tip, ladies and gentlemen, dear rats of my red bag. Use a pen and paper. When you're hunting, when you're doing shit, you're actually not paying attention if you're typing stuff in the computer. But when you're writing down, you are thinking about it. When you then put your notes in the computer, you're again thinking about it. You're thinking twice about the same topic. That is like ultimate knowledge retention, isn't it? And then when you get started again, you need to be able to get started right off. So here's what I recommend in terms of note structures. The vulnerability types for web, all of them that you can think about or that you can classify, make sure that you have what they are, how they look like in code, in different code languages, so you get a conceptual idea, not written by ChatGPT, written by yourself. Really important. Make sure that you're like go wild, guys. Go wild with these vulnerability types. Make sure that you have how to hunt for them. Make sure that you have where to find them. If you found something very similar, write it down. All your notes should be crystal clear for yourself. And it doesn't have to be crystal clear for me. I have the disadvantage that I have to make them crystal clear for everyone, but it's also my advantage because I have to make them crystal clear for everyone. So vulnerability types, then the different programs which you're hunting on. Make sure that each program that you're hunting on, you make an access control matrix. That access control matrix, you mark things which are not allowed. Like for example, somebody with an invoicing application, the admin may be able to do everything, but you have low privilege, and low privilege is not able to access the invoice itself. Well, those are things that you should be testing for. Already eliminates 50% of the things that most people are testing for because they're aimlessly clicking throughout an application with authorize on. Which brings me to my next point, dear rats. Why authorize? Because authorize, a lot of you forget how you're really testing. You want to blindly, dumbly test, and that is not a great idea. Because with authorize, can you do delete actions? No, you can't. Authorize is a plugin in Burp Suite if you don't know. But can you do, for example, if you have with three different objects, so you have like an invoice, you have a user ID, and you have a invoice line ID. Can you test these individually? No, you can't. You have to test them all at the same time. And what are you guys also now looking for? Property level broken access control. Property level broken access control. Look it up on API level. Now, that brings me to my next point. Uncle Rat, you're genius. You're flowing today. So, what's my next point? APIs. Learn how to work with them. God damn it, learn how to work with an API. Is it really that difficult? I mean, authenticate with an API. Understand what APIs are doing. You guys don't want to understand your application anymore, which brings me to my last point, and probably my last, unless I can think of something else while I'm talking, but understanding your freaking application. Reading the fucking manual. It's out there. I know we are guys. I know we open up that fucking IKEA furniture, the first thing we do is throw that manual in the garbage. I know, I'm a guy as well. I do the same thing. But when it comes to hacking, you really can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. So, if these tips have helped you, please, I would really appreciate it if you looked up the XSS rat. Thank you so much, NullSecX, for hosting me. I really appreciate it, amazing hacker, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, amazing hackers. Today's episode is brought to you by Secure Technology. Secure Technology is a company specialized in corporate cybersecurity, security operations, and strategic technology consulting. With their active presence in Manaus, Sao Paulo, and Lisbon, their mission is to support organizations in protecting their critical assets, responding to security incidents, and ensuring compliance with global standards and regulations. They operate as a strategic partner in building secure, resilient, and threat-ready digital environments. If you'd like to contact them, I'll be putting their contact information below. Thank you so much. Continue with the video.